Hey, alright, so they're batting first.
All right, and again, Vikings, we are live streaming today's event on EMUHSD. If you go to our website, you can click on MVHS live and catch the game live today. Thanks to our Vista Academy. Thank you all. Play ball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast here at Monte View High School. Today, we have the South Monte Eagles and the Monte View Vikings going head to head. Up to bat first for the South Monte Eagles, Luis Rojas. First pitch, a strike. 0-1's the count. Luis Rojas hits a single. Up next to bat for the Eagles, we have J.P. Perez. Throw to first, safe. First pitch to Perez. Ball. Rojas steals second. And that's ball 2 for Perez. Ball 3 for Perez. Throw to second over Freddy's head. Rojas steals third and home and scores the first one of the game. 1-0 Eagles and 3-0 the count for Perez. That's ball 4 for Perez. Up next to bat, Justin Lopez. Umpire calls time. Ball's in the dirt for a ball. Perez steals second. Counts 1-1. Next pitch, line drive foul. Counts 1-2. Next pitch, line drive to right field. It's first and third. No outs. Up next to bat for the Eagles, AJ Navarro. AJ bunts. Richard can't field it, and now it's bases loaded with nobody out. Up next for the Eagles, Corey Burgos. Oh yeah, first pitch to Corey, strike one. Corey hits a line drive to center field. Perez scores. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Score is 2-0. Up next to bat for the Eagles, number 20, Victor Perez. Foul ball. Count is 0-1. Ball's low. Count is 1-1. Foul ball. 0-2. Oh, fuck. Strikeout for Richard. That's the first out. Bases loaded. 1 out. 2-0. Eagles are up. Up next. Oh. Up next to bat for the Eagles, number 8, Jeremy Angon. Ball's high. 1-0. In their first strike, count is 1-1. Jeremy attempts to bunt, goes foul. Count is 1-2. There's 1 out with the bases loaded. The Eagles are up 2-0. Top of the first. Ball goes foul. Count remains 1-2. I'm hungry. Line drive hit to right field. 1 run scores. The Eagles are up 3-0. Up next to bat for the Eagles, number 5, Oscar Ramirez. 3-0. 3-0. Pitch is high. 1-0. Pitch is in the dirt. Count 2-0. Bases loaded with 1 out.
Let's go Vikings!
Pitch is a strike. Count is 3-1. Got it to short. Out at second. Out at first. At the end, after the top of the first, the score is Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Batting first for the Vikings, number 20, Aaron Borallo. First pitch a strike, count is 0-1. That's the ball, count is 1-1. That's a ball, count is 2-1. Strike, count is 2-2. It's the first strikeout for AJ Navarro. 1 out. Up next to bat for the Vikings, Freddy Pineda. First pitch, first strike. Count is 0-1. Ball goes foul. Count is 0-2. Freddie hits it foul. Count remains 0-2. 1 out, bottom of the first. Second strikeout for AJ Navarro. 2 outs. Up next for the Vikings, number 8, Richard Moreno. Pitches outside. Count is 1-0. That's the ball. Count is 2-0. That's a strike. Count is 2-1. 2 outs. Richard hits the third. He's out at first. After the end of the first inning, Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Three, Mario Samudio. Pitches outside. Count is 1-0. Yeah. Count 2-0. No outs. Top of the second inning. That's a strike. The count is 2-1. Mario hits it foul. Count 2-2. pop-up center field. Aaron fields it for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 27, Luis Rojas. Grounder second base. Pass by Freddie. Rojas is safe at first. Batting next for the Eagles, JP Perez. We have a runner at first, top of the second with one out. Foul ball by Perez. Count is 0-1. Rojas successfully steals second base. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Rojas bunts to left. Richard fields it to first. Perez is out at first. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 14, Justin Lopez. In the previous play, Rojas advanced to third base. Lopez pops up to right field. It's caught for the third out of the inning. After the top of the second, Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Bottom of the second. Bottom of the second. This is the bottom of the second. The Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Pitcher Adrian Navarro for the Eagles has 2 strikeouts so far in today's game. First pitch to Ricardo, outside. 1-0. Next pitch is a strike. Count 1-1.
All right, Leva.
Hey. Next pitch strike. Count is 1-2 for Ricardo Lopez. Ricardo Lopez today is playing first base for the Vikings. Richard fouls it off to left field. The count remains 1-2. Ricardo swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Vikings, David Ibarra. David calls time. Score is 3-0. The Eagles are up. 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch is high. Ball 1. David grounds to the short. It's fielded to first for the second out of the inning. Up next for the Vikings, Diego Reyes. First pitch to Diego. Hits him in the forearm. Diego takes the base at first. Up next for the Vikings, we have Huerta. First pitch low, ball 1. We have a runner at first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Pitch is outside, 2-0. What's his first name? What's his first name? Next pitch is Joaquin Huerta. That's a ball. Diego Reyes steals second. Diego Reyes today is designated hitter for Brian Aguilar, who is playing second base. you guys haven't already came to Viking Stadium, it is beautiful out here. We have a nice view of the freeway out to left field. We have a nice view of the mountains to right field. Not to mention the field is perfectly tamed by Mr. Sepulveda, which is Monte High School's head coach for baseball. Yes. That is ball 4 for Joaquin Huerta. Runner at first and second. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Up next for the Vikings, we have Joe Ibarra. So runner at third base is out. After 2 innings, the score is Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Welcome back, everybody. Up next to bat for the Eagles, we have number 11, AJ Navarro. First pitch to Navarro is a strike. Count is 0-1. Next pitch is strike for Navarro. Count is 0-2. David gets hit by a softball. We actually have the softball game in the field next to ours between the Lady Eagles and the Lady Vikings. Next pitch on the dirt. Navarro lines it at third base. Joaquin cannot secure it, and the runner is safe at first. Up next to bat for the Eagles, number 25, Corey Burgos. Richard overthrows it at first. Navarro steals second. Richard throws it to second. The runner is safe. Ball's on the dirt for the first ball. Count is 1-0. Pitches inside for a ball. Count is 2-0. Corey swings and misses for the first strike of the count. Count is 2-1. Runner on second. Nobody out. Top of the third inning. The score: Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Corey hits a pop-up back at home plate. Second strike. Count is 2-2. Pitch is high. Count is 3-2. Corey swings and misses. First out of the inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 20, Victor Perez. There's a pop to third base in foul territory. Richard runs over there and is able to field it for the second out of the inning. What an acrobatic move for Richard Moreno. Up next for the Eagles, number 8, Jeremy Angon. First pitch, a ball. Ball 2. Count is 2-0. Runner on second, 2 outs. The score is Eagles 3, Vikings 0. Next pitch is strike. Strike 2 for Jeremy. Next pitch, Jeremy hits it foul. Jeremy again hits it foul to right field. 2 strikes. Jeremy calls time. Richard with the windup. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We have a runner at second with 2 outs. It's a fly ball to right field. Fielded by Iker Mireles. After the end of the inning, the Eagles 3, the Vikings 0. Welcome back, baseball fanatics. Up next to bat for the Vikings, number 5, Iker Mireles. Iker today is playing right field for the Vikings. Pitch is high. Is it? Iker hits to the left field. It's fielded by Ernesto Estrada for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Vikings, number 20, Aaron Borallo. Borallo tips it for a foul, 1 strike. Count is 1-1. Borallo today is playing center field. He's been playing baseball here at Mountain View High School for about 3 years. Next pitch, ball. Count is 2-1. Balls in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike for Aaron Borallo. This is a pitcher's meeting for the Eagles. It's a lovely day out here at Monte High School, about 80 degrees, mostly sunny. Navarro with the windup. Next pitch hits Borayo in the upper back. Up next for the Vikings, number 27, Freddie Pineda. We have a runner at first, 1 out, with Freddie Pineda batting. Today he is playing shortstop for the Vikings. Pineda has been playing baseball all 4 years here at Monte High School. First pitch, Freddie skins his shirt. He takes a free base. We now have first and second for the Vikings. Up next for the Vikings, number 8, Richard Moreno. There's a team meeting for the Eagles. Again, I want to thank you for joining us today in this special encounter, the crosstown rivalry between South de Monte Eagles and the Monteview Vikings. The Eagles are currently leading the Vikings with a score of 3-0. We have runners on first and second for the Vikings. 1 out. Richard Moreno gets contact, lines it foul to along the third baseline. The count is 0-1. Pitch hits Moreno in the shoulder. Free base. We have the bases loaded for the Vikings. Up next to bat for the Vikings, Ricardo Lopez. That is the third time today pitcher Adrian Navarro from the Eagles hits the Vikings. Looks like pitcher Adrian Navarro will remain pitching here for the inning. Ricardo today is playing first base for the Monteview Vikings. First pitch to Ricardo. Low for ball 1. Second pitch is a strike. The count is 1-1. Next pitch on the dirt. Count is 2-1. That is strike 2. The count is 2-2 for Ricardo Lopez. We have the bases loaded with 1 out. Ricardo gets contact, gets past the third baseman, 1 run scores for the Vikings. Freddie rounds third, heads home. 2 runs for the Viking. Richard rounds third, slides home, safe at home. Ricardo gets a triple, and the Vikings have tied the game 3-3. Play a song. Up next for the Vikings, number 10, David Ibarra. Today, David is playing catcher for the Vikings. He has played baseball all 4 years here at Monte High School. David pops it up to right field. Right fielder fields it. Ricardo tags third, heads for home. He's out at home plate. Double play for the Eagles. After the inning, Vikings 3, Eagles 3.
Through everything already? Yeah, keep going? Bro, I thought that was a home run. I started playing it, and then I was like, damn. Because he went out after, I was like, dang it.
That's good. That was good though.
Did you see that? I was like, dang
that was
it.
good though.
I could have back. Oh, the first one when they came?
Oh, when you play the song?
Yeah.
Alexis, can you go relieve Ruth? Are you okay? I don't want to be a mess.
Spill a little water in there.
Did you ever watch Victorious? What the fuck you went into?
I think it's raining, guys. Hey,
You went this
I
far.
think it's raining.
The fuck rain or ass? You went.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
Batting for the Eagles, number 5, Oscar Ramirez. The score, Vikings 3, Eagles 3. Inning remains unknown as I receive confirmation. First pitch to Ramirez. Ball 1. Second pitch, strike 1. The count is 1-1 for Ramirez. Ramirez pops it up center field. Aaron unable to field it. Ramirez reaches first. Up next for the Eagles, number 33, Mario Samudio. Richard in the windup. The pitch. Strike one for Samudio. Samudio bunts to Richard. Richard fields it at first base for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 27, Luis Rojas. We have a runner at second with one out. Strike one for Rojas. The pitch goes by David. Samudio able to reach third base. We have a runner at third. The count is 1-1. Balls in the dirt. Count for Rojas, 2-1. Runner on third. Richard in the windup. Next pitch, ball. The count is 3-1. Rojas pops it up to left field. Joe able to field it for the second out of the inning. Ramirez tags third and scores for the fourth run for the Eagles. The Eagles now lead with a score of 4-3 with 2 outs. Up next for the Eagles, number 16, JP Perez. First pitch upstairs, ball one for Perez. Second pitch strike, count is 1-1. Swing and a miss for Perez, the count is 1-2. Balls in the dirt. Perez thought he was hit. Tries to take first base, but the umpire rejects him. Count is 2-2. Perez pops it up to third base. Unable to be fielded by both Freddy Pineda or Joaquin. Now we have a runner at first with 2 outs. Up next for the Vikings, number 14, Justin Lopez. That's good.
So it's 4-5? I told her. Yeah, right.
Perez tried to steal second. He's out for the third out of the inning. Eagles 4, Vikings 3.
Alright, Myrna, so I gotta do Myrna. Thank you.
You should buy me boba. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Diego.
Later.
Diego. Thursday. We're gonna go tomorrow. Bye. We're going tomorrow.
I did a study for the AP test.
Oh, you actually have a class. I have Avid.
I'm gonna fail, but still.
It's good. I have Avid, so I don't
I have
care.
calc.
That's why you actually have a class.
I know.
After school tomorrow. Wait, can you go tomorrow? Like to the place? They don't care?
Oh, Anali. When's the latest I could go? Wednesday, right? Friday Chuck? Friday Chuck? When's the latest? Are you serious? What about tomorrow? I'll tell my dad then. I'm gonna tell my dad.
Unless we go right now,
You wanna go right now?
but you have to leave that.
You're gonna be so boring.
No, no, tell. Tell Hurley. But really.
Sure, no?
Yeah, you just show her real quick. Or Nelly. She's a Nelly thing.
Up next for the Vikings, number 12, Diego Reyes. First pitch upstairs, ball 1 for Diego Reyes. Adrian Navarro for the Eagles remains as pitcher after hitting 3 batters in the previous inning. This is the bottom of the 4th. Eagles are leading with a score of 4-3. Pitch is high. Count 3-0. Catcher calls time. Diego is a senior here at Monte High School. AJ with the windup. It's called strike. The count 3-1 for Diego Reyes. Next pitch. Diego hits to the 3rd. Diego is out at first for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Up next for the Vikings, number 22, Joaquin Huerta.
Who's next, Lucas? Joe? Yeah, man.
Joaquin pops it up center field. Center fielder JP Perez unable to field it. Joaquin reaches first safely. Up to bat next for the Vikings, Joe Ibarra. Swing and a miss for Joe for the first strike. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We have a runner at first. Next pitch. Joe pops it up to left field. Both runners reach safely to first and second. Up next for the Vikings, number 5, Iker Mireles. There's a team meeting currently for the South Amani Eagles in the pitcher's mound. After careful discussion, looks like AJ Navarro will remain in the ballgame as the Eagles pitcher. We have one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Iker today is playing right field. First pitch, Iker pops it up center field. 3 Eagles collide into each other to get the second out of the fourth inning. Up next for the Vikings, number 20, Aaron Borrayo. Borrayo fouls it back. The count 0-1. Second pitch, ball. Catcher throws it a second. Joaquin is safe. Next pitch to Borrayo. Fouls it along the third base line. Looks like the batting must be intense next door at the softball game as softballs start flying here on the baseball field. Aaron pops it up, foul. Bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. The score: Eagles 4, Vikings 3. Borrayo swings and misses for the third out of the inning.
Oh. It sounds so horrible, dude. You hear it? It sounds so bad.
I'm gonna go pee.
Me too, dude. Like we can't leave. It was in here.
Batting first for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th inning. Number 14, Justin Lopez. Justin Lopez today is playing third base for the Eagles. First pitch to Lopez, inside for ball 1. Lopez pops it back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lopez pops it up to right field. Fielded by the second baseman, Brian Aguilar. Up next for the Eagles, number 11, AJ Navarro. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Score is Eagles 4, Vikings 3. First pitch to Navarro. High for ball 1. It's in there for strike 1. Count is 1-1. Richard able to aim in the strike zone. It's for the second strike. The count is 1-2. Grounded to third. AJ's out at first. 2 outs. Up next for the Eagles, Corey Burgos. First pitch to Burgos. Inside for ball 1. Second pitch to Burgos. Tips it back. The count 1-1. Strike 2 for Burgos. Count 1-2. Burgos grounded to third. Passes Joaquin. He's able to reach safely to first base. Next for the Eagles, number 20, Victor Perez. First pitch to Perez. Fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike. Perez hits a grounder in the middle gap. We have first and second for the Eagles. Up next for the Vikings, number 8, Jeremy Angon. Pitched outside. 1 ball and no strikes for Jeremy. Second pitch, ball 2. Count 2-0 for Jeremy. I think there's a pitcher's meeting up on the mound. Count 2-0 for Jeremy. Richard in the windup. Ball 3. Count 3-0. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Excuse me, the count is now 3-0. Oh no, it's ball 4 for Jeremy. You have the bases loaded, 2 outs. Yeah, that was ball 4. Looks like there's some confusion going on as to whether that was the 3rd or 4th ball, which of course makes a great difference. And the call is indeed ball 4. We have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Looks like there's going to be a pitching change. Joaquin Huerta, who previously played 3rd base, will take on the mound. Looks like Eaker moved on to 3rd base. Freddie moves to 2nd base. And if my prediction is correct, Richard will be playing shortstop for the remainder of the game. Joaquin Huerta has been playing varsity for 2 years now.
You don't want to take him or what? Oh, I took him to go get his text.
But I found him on the street. He looks like he needs food. What kind of drop him off at your house? What kind of drop him off at your house?
He won't walk it from there. He won't do it once.
Up next for the Eagles, number 5, Oscar Ramirez.
I'm not gonna take it back to his house. He lives farther.
We have the bases loaded. The score is Eagles 4, Vikings 3. 2 outs here with the bases loaded for Oscar Ramirez. He is today's catcher for the South Del Monte Eagles. First pitch to Oscar, strike. Count is 0-1. That's strike 2 as Oscar attempts to bunt. 2 outs with the bases loaded. Joaquin out here throwing some heat. Third pitch, strike 3. First strikeout for Joaquin Huerta. The Eagles, after 4.5 innings, lead the Vikings with a score of 4-3. Up next for the Vikings, number 27, Freddy Pineda. This is the bottom of the 5th inning. Eagles 4, Vikings 3. First pitch to Freddy. Strike. Adrian Navarro, pitcher for the Eagles, remains in the ballgame. Freddy able to foul it to right field. The count is 1-1. Strikeout for Adrian Navarro. 1 out. Next up for the Vikings, number 8, Richard Moreno. First pitch to Moreno in the dirt for ball 1. Richard pops it up mid right field. It lands. And Richard's able to reach first base safely. Up next for the Vikings, number 1, Ricardo Lopez. There is one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Again, a quick recap of today's game. The Eagles were able to rally early in the top of the first inning with 3 runs. Then the Vikings rallied back in the bottom of the third, and the Eagles scored a run in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Lopez, outside for ball 1. Outside again. 2 balls and no strikes for Ricardo Lopez. Ball pitches outside for ball 3. Pitches over the plate. Strike 1 for Ricardo Lopez. Ricardo looks like he's going golfing. Swings for the second strike. The count is now 3-2. What do you mean? Just play David's song. Nah, just play it. Yeah. Count 3-2. Ricardo swings and misses for the second out. Wild throw to first base. Richard rounding second. Reaches safely. We have a runner on second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Up next for the Vikings, number 10, David Ibarra. Score is South of Monte Eagles 4, Monte Vikings 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch is outside for David. Ball 1. I would like to give a shout out to the Vista Academy for providing today's live stream. David grounds to the third, and he is out at first base. After 5, Eagles 4, Vikings 3. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, 10 more minutes, bro.
Batting for the Eagles, number 33, Mario Zamudio. Top of the sixth. No balls and 1 strike for Mario. Swing and a miss for Mario. It's like the wind's picking up here at Vikings Stadium. Predicted about 30-mile-per-hour winds. Close to 40. That's second strikeout for Joaquin. 2 in a row. First out of the inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 27, Luis Rojas. First pitch to Rojas. Low for ball 1. Next pitch is fouled back. The count 1-1. Rojas pops up in center field. Aaron able to field it for the second out here in the top of the 6th inning. Up next for the Eagles, number 16, J.P. Perez. First pitch to Jonathan. In there for a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Jonathan hit by pitch. Takes first base. Up next for the Eagles, number 14, Justin Lopez. So far, Joaquin has struck out 2 batters and walked 1 in the 4 batters that he has faced. That previous play, Lopez fouled it off to right field for the first strike. The count 0-1. Rojas grounds to the second. Richard pitches to second base for the 3rd out of the inning. After 5.5 innings, the Eagles 4, the Vikings 3.
My mom was like, she invited me to
America,
all
go.
the
They
different
feel.
fucking games and this and this, and she was like, I told you that we wanted you after school and this and this, and I was like, okay. Wait, why do I have to press play? I'll help you. I'll help you. Okay. Diego,
What?
is your dad taking you home?
My dad's not here.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Depends on how many minutes. I'm gonna go to mariachi too. I'm gonna go to mariachi too.
Diego!
Up next for the Vikings, number 12, Diego Reyes. Hey.
Diego, let's go!
This is the bottom of the 6th inning. Diego swings. First strike. The count is 0-1. Due next for the Vikings, Joaquin Huerta. Diego connects, sends it over. The center fielder, he rounds first. Heads for second, looks like he's going for third. He slides, he's out at third base. He was thrown out by shortstop Luis Rojas. Despite the amazing hit from Diego, the Vikings end up with their first out of the inning. Up next for the Vikings, number 22, Joaquin Huerta. First pitch to Joaquin, also known as Mayhem by the team, is a strike, 0-1. Joaquin fouled it back. Count 0-2. Joaquin connects. Foul territory. Looks like it's foul. Count 0-2. Joaquin pops it up in right field. Mario is there to secure the second out for the Eagles. Up next for the Vikings, number 4, Joe Ibarra. Looks like there was a pitching change. Number 14, Justin Lopez, who previously played third base, is now on the mound for the Eagles. First pitch to Joe, fouls it back. The count 0-1. Pitch in the dirt. Count 1-1 for Joe Ibarra. The score remains Eagles 4, Vikings 3. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Viking Stadium. Pitches in the dirt. Count 2-1. Well, next pitch, Joe swings and misses. Count 2-2. Lopez throws it outside in the dirt. Count 3-2 for Joey Barra. We have nobody on base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Joe connects, hits it down the middle for a base hit. Safely reaches first base. Looks like there will be a pinch hitter batting for the Vikings. Number 13, Israel Leon. Up next for the Vikings, number 13, Israel Leon. First pitch to Israel. That's the ball. Count 1-0. The pitch almost hit Israel. That is now 2 balls and no strikes. Joe attempts to steal second. He is successful. We have a runner at second. The count 3-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Wind up by Lopez. Outside for ball 4. Israel takes first base. Looks like number 5, Iker Mireles, will pinch run for Israel Leon. Up next for the Vikings, number 20, Aaron Borrayo. First pitch to Borrayo. That's a strike. Catcher throws it to second. Runner is safe. Aaron is tricked by a changeup. Count 0-2. Lopez with the windup. Pitches outside. First ball. The count 1-2. Aaron is called out on strikes. This is the bottom of the 6th inning. Eagles 4, the Vikings 3. Up next, up next for the Eagles, number 11, AJ Navarro. This is the last inning to play, top of the 7th. The count 1-1. Navarro connects. Richard gets the out. At second base, 1 out. Up next for the Eagles, number 25, Corey Burgos. First pitch to Burgos outside for ball 1. Burgos connects to left center field. He rounds first. Second guesses himself and remains at first. Looks like he would have been out if he would have continued. Anyways, we have number 20, Victor Perez, up next to bat for the Eagles. So we have a runner at first. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Eagles 4, Vikings 3. First pitch to Perez. He's fooled. Strike 1. Perez connects. And that's in front of the center fielder. We have runners on first and second. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Up next for the Eagles, number 8, Jeremy Angon. First pitch, ball to Jeremy. Grounder short, out at second, out at first, double play successful. We're heading into the bottom of the 7th. The Eagles 4, the Vikings 3. Oh.
Are the girls done already?
Yeah.
Are the girls done? Yeah. Where's that? Where are the girls at? Are they gonna walk this way? Can you get a picture of my
Play a
friend?
song, yeah?
What song?
Up next for the Vikings, number 27, Freddie Pineda. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. Vikings need to score at least one run to keep this game alive. Count 0-1 for Freddie. He is out on first base, 1 out. Number 14, Justin Lopez for the Eagles remains as pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th. Up next for the Vikings, number 8, Richard Moreno. First pitch to Richard upstairs for ball 1. Looks like there's going to be a pitcher's meeting on the mound. We have number 1, Ricardo Lopez, due up next to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. The windup. Richard connects, sends it to left field. Left fielder Ernesto Estrada is able to hold on for the 2nd out of the inning. Up next for the Vikings, Ricardo Lopez. The score, Eagles 4, Vikings 3. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Ricardo connects, third baseman fumbles it. First baseman Corey Burgos unable to field it. Ricardo reaches first safely. Up next for the Vikings, number 10, David Ibarra. Looks like there'll be a pitching change. Number 27, Luis Rojas. Previously played shortstop. Looks like Justin Lopez, the previous pitcher, will take his position. He's not looking too good in the warm-ups. We have a run around first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. David Ibarra due up next to bat. There's a wind up. Pitch in the dirt and outside. Ball 1 for David. 2 next for the Vikings. Diego Reyes. Second pitch, down low, ball 2, 2-0. Here's the windup. Pitches in the dirt, 3-0. Here's the windup. Over the plate, just enough to call strike 1. Down low for ball 4. We had a runner on first and second. 2 outs. Diego Reyes up to bat next for the Vikings. Eagles 4, Vikings 3. Pitch to Diego, upstairs. Looks like the pitcher's getting nervous.
Hey, I told Mom that I go home by 4:30, but it's like 5:21 and I'm not even done.
Hey.
She's mad, bro.
She's here.
Oh, I gotta go.
Wind up by Rojas. Next pitch, strike. The count 2-1. Next pitch upstairs. Ball 3. The count is 3-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Diego connects the second baseman. Field to the first base. That is game. Final score, the Eagles 4, the Vikings 3. Thank you everybody for watching today's baseball game via live stream. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Diego Coronas signing off.